Oh, raining. That's it. Summer's over. Still need to get this engine light taken off eventually. Once I get it tuned. Obviously, there's no point yet. Not until I've decided what I'm doing. If that's going to be the short tube headers or long tube headers, or if I'm going to be doing the headers at all. Until I know that the exhaust is fully completed to the way that I want, and I don't need to add on anything for like horsepower wise, then I'll do the stage 2 tune. So in this video it's just about what am I doing to the exhaust next to get rid of this raspiness, or like more like the trumpet sound. My next door neighbour, he loves this car. Absolutely loves it. So yes, there are a few things that we can do. I've been reading up about it, like research and everything, just to see what it could be. There's quite a few things actually. So one of the things that they were saying is that it's because the piping is too small. So I'm not sure if that's true though, because online it says like every 100 horsepower that your car has, you've got to have like an inch worth of like piping. I don't think that's true, because if that was true, then the Lamborghini Aventador or Bugattis and that would have fucking like massive size piping. They're saying if it's 425 horsepower and over, you literally have to have your car minimum of 3 inches of diameter of piping. How is that possible? Because this is 440 horsepower as stock, and their stock piping is 2.5 inches. So does that mean that Maserati don't know what they're talking about? No. I don't know where people are getting this idea from, that every 100 horsepower you need to have like an extra inch of piping. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, so I think that's all wrong. Like I said, this is stock as 440, so why would it be 3 inches when they did it as 2.5 inches, right? So still got that sound. So that's one thing, but I'm not listening to that. Like 2.5 is good enough, because that's what it was in stock, so that's what I'm going with. So I don't think it's definitely not that. There could be another possibility that it's to do with the material that they use. So I was looking up to see what this car was, because I know I said about like it might be cast iron. That's like older vehicles. I looked up, well, like that AI thing's fucking shit anyway, like it always tells you different things. So I said like, is the stock Maserati stainless steel like the custom exhaust is? And it said no at first. I was like, what? So then I was trying to read up about it. Eventually it came back with that they are. So it's the same material, so it can't be that. So that's like, you know, it's definitely not the piping, like how big it is. It's definitely not the material. So then another one was that it could be just because it's brand new piping. It takes a little while for it to bed in. That's why you might be getting that like tingy sound. I mean, that is a possibility. So I've got to keep driving it around and just see what happens. And then, but again, I'm not sure about that. But I was watching a lot of videos of people doing custom jobs, or even just an aftermarket like thing. Like a girl got a Corvette and she did, I think it was like Sport Cats and then X-Pipe. And she was driving it around and it sounded exactly like this. It just sounds awful. I'm not sure if it's because it's new piping or it's because they've done the next pipe without a resonator. So, it's not 100% sure. Now, it sounds nice now though, like nice and deep, bassy. Let's just get the high end now. There, I don't know. So, it could be that I need to bed it in. There's another option, is that there's like an air leak somewhere that they haven't welded it properly, so we can check that over to see if there's one. But then that means that everyone has, because every time I see a video of someone doing like a custom exhaust or putting on like a brand new exhaust, it does the same thing. So what, does everyone have an air leak? I don't think so. So I don't think it's that either. So that just like leaves basically one thing really, is that it's because I removed the stock X-Pipe and put on tiny resonators. Now the way that they've done their resonators is that they've done the resonators, they're quite long but they're small, and they're where the Sport Cats are. So I wanted them to basically do it on the X-Pipe, so it's not even on the X-Pipe. And like I said, the X-Pipe's a different shape. I mean, it's an X, but it's just the way that they've done it. It's not the same as like the high-end brands that do it. So there's only like a few options that I could do really. That's nice. Nice pops there. There's only a few options that I can do. So just quickly, with the Sport Cats, I was looking at the stock ones, and they have got these like long resonators on the Cats. But I'm not sure if it's like to do with like something to do with like the heat, because it doesn't quite look like a resonator, but it's the same size as the one I've got on this car, but it's got like this material around it where it looks like it's to do with like heat. Like Ferraris use a different thing where they actually like wrap it up in some sort of, I'm not sure what it is, but it's just for the heat. So I'm not sure if it's to do with that or if it is like another resonator on the stock Cats anyway, which means that they've done the resonator where the Cats are, which means that they haven't done a resonator where the X-Pipe is. So that might be why. So there's a couple of options really. Either I cut off the old, well like the X-Pipe that I've got on now, the one that they've done, and then cut off the resonator from stock and put on the stock X-Pipe, because it's a much nicer X-Pipe to the way that I want it, which might change the tone a little, and put on a sporty resonator, but the same size, not necessarily the same size, but just a box that where it all goes into each other, so it's just like the way that they intended. So just basically like what it looks like is stock, but just a sporty resonator, rather than doing little resonators on each pipe, so it all goes into each other, because that's what they've done as stock. So that's one option. But will it still sound raspy because it's technically a sporty X-Pipe? I'm not sure. And would it be a waste of money doing it? So it'd be pointless really doing like getting it like cut off, buying like a box for it, which is like £250 or something. I'm not sure the prices yet, but I'll just have to ask them. Get it all welded on and then start driving it, and it still sounds shit, and then I'll be like, oh fuck it, we'll just take that off and then put the stock one on. I mean, you might as well do the cheapest one first, right? So I was thinking about just like taking off the old, well, I'll say old, but it's the one I've got on now, the X-Pipe, and then just put on the stock X-Pipe with the stock resonator, and then just drive it around and see if that sound goes. If it doesn't go, that would mean that it's because it's brand new piping. So that's the only way to do it, is basically just like eliminate things that it could be. I mean, if it's still got that tingy sound when I've like changed it onto the stock, and then there's my answer. It's just I need to drive it around more, and then I could basically put it back on, and then just keep driving it and driving it and driving it until it goes. So I'm not very sure about it, because like I said, all the videos that I watch on YouTube is when they're getting it done, so it's all brand new piping, so you can't really like eliminate what it is. I can only really go with what people say. I mean, I did the X-Pipe first, so there's me thinking that the X-Pipe's the problem, but because it was the first thing that I'd done, it was the first new bit of piping that I put on. I could have put on anything. I could have done Sport Cats first, and it would still be a tingy sound because it's brand new. I don't know. But I need to just eliminate something. So I'm just going with what people say on Google and wherever else. A lot of them say about Maseratis, if you're doing like an exhaust, the best thing to do is do Sport Cats, because it makes it like aggressive and pop more than that. That makes it sound nicer without changing like the tone. And if you want to do like a back box, then do a back box as well, because it makes it quite deep in that. I mean, the back box I like, it's changed it quite the most actually. It's a bassy tone now, and it pops more actually than what the Sport Cats are doing. So I'm not sure if why that is. I thought it'd be like the other way around. So I definitely like the back box, but a lot of people say that the X-pipe is the culprit, basically, of why it sounds raspy. There's a lot of people on like a Maserati forum. A lot of them say that they love the sound, and then a lot of them say that they don't like the sound because it's got this weird like tingy effect. So that's what I'm going off. I think they might be right. I think it's to do with the X-pipe is what's causing this like weird sound. I mean, yes, it does make it louder. Might make it pop a little bit more and that, and burble more. Like, what's the point? If you're gonna have like an exhaust that sounds really loud and pops and bangs more, but sounds shit with this like trumpety sound when you're like high end like revs, and you're losing the exotic sound of the Maserati or that Ferrari sound, as people say, then what's the point? I mean, I'd rather it be quieter and sound gorgeous than obnoxious and sound fucking shit. Yeah, so I'm still not 100% sure what I'm doing yet, but we'll be going there. Well, it's like nearly 10:30 now, so going there about 4:30 and just talk it over. So what I'm going to explain to them is, because I want to look underneath it as well, like I said in the previous video, I want to see what the guys have done that have put it on, because obviously it was all bent in, so it looks like they've done some weird shit on it, basically, like they've cut it, it's all like sharp and everything, I don't know. It just looks like it's like wrapped around, weird. So I want to make sure that they've done a good job on it, and where they had to cut it, it looks like it's not aligned properly. So I want to make sure that the exhausts are in line and not pissed. Also see if they can push the exhaust back a little bit so the tips don't stick out as far. I mean, they're nice tips, it's just they do stick out a little bit too much for me. If it was a Lamborghini Aventador, then fair enough. I wouldn't really care because it looked quite nice. But yeah, on this it doesn't look right. So I want to get them maybe pushed back. I'm not sure if they can do it, but we'll see. I'm sure they can. And then basically maybe just check for leaks, see if there's any like leaks where they've welded it, see if that's a problem. If not, I'll just say to them, look, I want to ask them about these resonators, because like the stock catalytic converters have got these like weird fins on it that look like resonators. If that's true, then that means that they've done that, but they haven't put on a resonator in the centre. Now I know that you can get sport cats without this bit on there because I've seen it, but I just didn't know what it was, and I'm not sure if to like put the X-pipe on like the old one and keep the other resonators on it. So yeah, there's a lot to think about. I'm trying to just think of options that it's going to be like an easy fix and cost me less money, rather than going straight and spending shitloads of money and then having to like alter it again. So yeah, I should have done what they first told me to do, which was just cut the box off and put on the box and keep the old X-pipe, but I said I wanted it all brand new piping, because I thought it was like made of cast iron. I thought like the old exhaust was, and just wanted new piping, but it was pointless basically, and a waste of money. So I wasted probably about a good, I don't know, £1,000 on the centre doing like the X-pipe and like resonators and that, and now I want to like put the old one back on. So it's trial and error. That's why I'm doing this video, so you don't have to spend your money. You can just go straight to the bit that works and the cheapest outcome as well. So yeah, so we'll do that anyway. So the next clip will be filming underneath the Maserati, just to see what's happened, what they've done to it, and what we can do to improve it. Then I'll get back to you guys, and we'll go from there and see what's next, basically, on this update on the Maserati custom exhaust. Stop it, look, see, I don't know what that is. That's pretty fine actually. There's one bit where they had to like adjust it. that's it. Yeah. Don't know what to do.